Have a nice day. Today is Sunday, 3rd of November 2024. From the history point of view, in 1938, an organization named Assam's Hindi Prachar Samiti was established. On the same day, 1948, Jawaharlal Nehru, the then Prime Minister of India, gave the first speech at the United Nations General Assembly. Then in 1957, on the same day, the Soviet Union sent a dog named Laika to space. Now going towards the world news, including Conference of Party 16 suspended without agreement on new fund for nature protection. Exide urges George Washington Bush to back Kamala Harris counter Trump's rhetoric. United States warns Iran it won't be able to restrain Israel if another attack occurs. Report. Spain deploys 5,000 additional troops to tackle flood aftermath. Amid diplomatic row, Canada names India in cyber threat adversary list, accuses it of likely spying. Trump slams Harris's distort trust. Economic policies pledges to prevent possible 1929 style depression. Starting the newspaper analyst with the newspaper The Hindu states that friendship not exclusive in multiple world. Jaishankar on global ties. External Affairs Minister Jaishankar addresses the launch of Professor Srimram Chola's book titled Friends, India's Closest Strategic Partners at the India Habitat Center in New Delhi on Saturday. External Affairs Minister Jaishankar discusses the complexities of friendship in multipolar world at a book launch. External Affairs Minister Jaishankar said on Saturday, November 2nd, 2024, that friendships are not exclusive, particularly in multipolar world. In his address at a book launch in New Delhi, the minister also said India is today positioning itself as a Vishwamitra, and we seek to be friends with as many as possible. Two cops injured in attack by Naxalites in Chhattisgarh's Sukma. Two policemen were injured after Naxalites attacked them with a sharp weapons. Small action team of Naxalites, typically comprising 4 to 5 cadres, suddenly attacked the two personnel with a sharp alleged weapons and then escaped. Two policemen were injured after the Naxalites attacked them with a sharp weapons at a weekly market in Chhattisgarh's insurgency hit Sukma district on Sunday, November 3rd, that's today, 2024 morning, and officials said the incident took place when the police were deployed on a security duty at the market in the Jagarongunda village, he said. A small action team of Naxalites, typically comprising of 4 to 5 cadres, suddenly attacked the two persons with the sharp-edged weapons and then escaped, the police officials said. Other security personnel deployed their swung into action and launched a search for the attackers, he said. Both the injured personnel posted at Jagargunda police station were admitted to a local hospital from where they will be shifted to Sukma for further medication, the officials said. 3 militants, including wanted Lashkar-e-Taiba commander, killed in the Kashmir gunfights. Smoke billows out after a fire broke out at the house where the militants were illegally holded up during an encounter between the security forces and the terrorists at Kanyar area of Srinagar on November 2nd, 2024. Two militants, one foreigner, one local, killed in an Anantnag encounter. Lashkar-e-Taiba terrorists killed in the Kanyar area of Srinagar, says official. 3 militants, including wanted Lashkar-e-Taiba elite commander Usman Lashkari, were killed in 2 separate anti-militancy operations in the Kashmir on Saturday, November 2nd, 2024. 2 policemen and 2 CRPF jawans are also injured in the operation. A gun battle raged in all the cities Kanyar area of in Srinagar on Saturday, November 3rd, 2024 morning, when a quick response team QRT of the security forces worked up on a tip of about the presence of a militant in congested locality. Security forces acted swiftly on an intelligence input. A coordinated cordon and a search operation was launched around the suspected hideout. Security personnel were fired upon when the house where the militant was hiding was approached. Inspector General of Police V.K. Pirdi said The Friday's gun battle rattled the old city after a gap of 3 years. At least three houses were which caught fire during the operation, while damaged in the operation. A full-scale operation lasted until the late in the evening. During the intense exchange of the fire, the forces successfully eliminated a foreign terrorist, later identified as Osman Lashkari of the LET, IGP Birdi said. Now going towards the Hindustan Times newspaper states that Delhi pollution 65 times above World Health Organization acceptable limit just days after Diwali. The air quality index in Delhi and the surroundings area has already dropped to hazardous levels. Delhi Air Quality Index (AQI) continues to deteriorate as it crossed the 400 mark on Sunday. 2 days after Diwali, the air pollution level now lies in the alarming hazardous category in the national capital as of 8:30 a.m., which is detrimental to the health of the people living in the Delhi and its adjoining areas. A thick layer of smoke engulfed the national capital, and the air quality index was recorded above 300 in the most areas, making Delhi NCR PM 2.5 level over 50 times more threatening than the World Health Organization prescribed limit, according to the AQICN data. Why 2024 is America's most gendered election in the history. With just days to go before voting day on November 5, both Donald Trump and Kamala Harris made an open pitch to women. Down to the wire, United States vote debate. On Wednesday in Wisconsin, one of the key swing states, Trump made a Hail Mary promise to protect women, whether women like it or not. Kamala Harris immediately seized on the comment as offensive to women by denying them autonomy. He simply does not respect the freedom of women or in the intelligence of women to know what is in their own best interest and make decisions accordingly, she said at an election rally in Arizona, another swing state. The pitch and the counter pitch are easy to understand. Political pundits are calling this the most gendered election, where a woman will play a decisive role in deciding who will be the America's next president. Early voting patterns reveal that the women are outnumbering men in key states of as much as 10 percentage points of final Politico. It is giving anxious Democrats newfound hope in a campaign where gender has been the defining issue and where analysts find more women rooting for Harris, with the Trump having the edge over the women. Now going towards the economy of the country from the business point of view, crude imports falling with refinery shutdowns and West Asia tensions. Going forward, industry watchers expect oil imports to rebound in November as all Indian refiners would be fully back on the stream amid a robust demand and expectations of relatively limited oil price volatility in the international market. Oil imports volumes from the Iraq and Saudi Arabia were sequentially lower by 3.3% at 0.84 million BPD and 10.9% at 0.65 million BPD respectively. More than half of Indian women remain outside the labor force due to the care duties, International Labour Organization report. India would need a further investment in the care economy, particularly in the early childhood care and education, ECCE, to support a labor force participation of unpaid careers and gender equality in the workforce, the report said. The report also showed that 97.8% women and 91.4% men in India are outside the labor force due to the personal or family reasons. Now going towards science and tech, we had the Conference of Parties 16 suspended without agreement on new fund for nature. David Cooper, CL, Executive Secretary of the Conference of Parties 16 and Colombian Environment Minister, and Conference of Parties 16 President Susana Mohammed CR, attend the last plenary session of the Conference of Parties 16 Summit in Cali, Colombia on November 2nd, 2024. Conference of Party 16 aimed at assessing the progress on the agreement reached in 2022 in Canada to halt biodiversity loss, with more funding for biodiversity protection being a central issue. The 16th United Nations biodiversity talks in the Colombia's Cali were suspended on Saturday without an agreement on setting up a new fund for the protection of nature. The conference, which ran around 12 hours past its schedule, and did yield an important agreement to establish a subsidiary body that will include indigenous people in future discussions and decisions on biodiversity conservation. The participating countries also agreed to establish a new global fund dedicating to sharing the benefits of digitally sequenced genetic data taken from the plants and animals with the communities they come from. As the final plenary extended into the Saturday morning, several negotiators departed to catch flights home, prompting Colombian Environment Minister and the Conference of Party 16 President Susana Mohammed to suspend the session due to the lack of quorum. It is not yet known when or where the session will resume. World Health Organization's database on polio cases hides more than it reveals. The World Health Organization registry on polio, while the polio virus and vaccine-derived poliovirus is at best sketchy. Besides wild polio virus cases, the World Health Organization registry has data of the only circulating VDPV cases and not cases that belong to the other two VDPV categories, IVDPV and VDPV. On June month of 17, 2022, World Health Organization published a report of a VDPV type first case that was detected from an environmental sewage sample in Kolkata on April 25, 2022. The report said that the genetic sequencing established that it was not related to any of the previously identified VDPV1 viruses and was likely to be IVDPV exerted from an immunodeficient individual. But nearly 3 months after the results of the Meghalaya polio case was shared with the World Health Organization on August 12, and more than 1.5 months after the follow-up results confirmed that the immunological profile of the child was normal and that there was no evidence that the virus was circulating in the community. World Health Organization is yet to be published the details. Glacial lakes rise as glaciers retreat. From 17 hectares in 1977, the South Lohnak Lake has grown to 167 hectares by 2023. Glaciers are enormous bodies of dense ice on mountains. They are move under the influence of the gravity and their own weight. In the process, eroding the land beneath. The grinding action pulverizes the rock underneath, reducing it to a mixture called a moraine material, ranging in the size from the room-sized boulders to extremely fine rock floor. Moraine gets deposited on the sides and at the terminus of the glacier. When the melting of the ice causes the glacier to retreat, the cavernous hole left behind fills with water. The rocky material filled at the terminus of the glacier often serves as a natural dam for creating a lake. Glacial lakes are hydrological vapors. They check the natural flow of water from melting ice. This can cause occasional hardships to communities that lie downstream of the lakes. At last, there's a famous quotation said by a famous president of America, the former president of America, Nelson Mandela, whose full name is Nelson Rolihlahla Mandela. Birth anniversary 18 July 1918 up to 5 December 2013. Was a South African anti-apartheid activist and a politician who served as the first president of the South Africa from 1994 to 1999. He was the country's first black head to the state and the first elected in a fully representative democratic election. His government focused on dismantling the legacy of apartheid or by fostering racial reconciliation. Ideologically an African nationalist and a socialist, he served as the president of the African National Congress ANC party from 1991 to 1997. Mandela was a controversial figure for much of his life. Although critics on the right denounced him as a communist terrorist and those on the far left deemed him too eager to negotiate and reconcile with apartheid supporters. He garnered international acclaim for his activism globally, regarded as an icon of the democracy and justice. He received more than 250 honors, including the Nobel Peace Prize. He is held in deep respect with the South Africa, while he is often referred to by his Tambo clan name Madiba and described as the father of the nation. Nelson Mandela says a very famous quotation. He says that a winner is a dreamer who never gives up. Okay, thank you.